Hey guys, it's DragonRockstar here. I'm coming with you with a Thunder Dragon Lightsworn, or either if you want to call it a Chaos Thunder Dragon Lightsworn deck profile. I'm not sure what I want to name the title on this. You guys can probably figure it out from there. You guys probably know from the title above. But this deck is pretty good. Even though you don't really need more than one certain thunder type monsters, plus you don't really need more of a normal summon to get your engine going. With this deck is based on what you mill. That's a high risk for certain people that are tempted to play this deck, but it turbos out pretty well, and the boards are pretty good, what you can make. So I'm going to come with you the main deck, extra deck, and side deck. So let's just go ahead and get started, right? You guys always know I gotta keep my Spooky Dogwood Field Center out, as well as my Life Pulsar token. You guys know how I am when it comes to that. Let's go ahead and get started with the monsters. Now, I believe the monsters are 43 tops. I believe they're 43. Now, you guys can probably count me and let me know down in the comments below how many monsters I run. Ooh, excuse me there. For the big boss monster of the deck, I played 2 Chaos Dragon Levianeers. I'm still working on trying to get me, I really don't want to get my hands on the ultimate rares. They're just too much right now. I'm still working on trying to get me a third one. I think a third one could work out pretty well for this deck. You do run a decent amount of lights and darks in the deck to continue off your plays. Chaos Dragon Levianeer, those of you who probably don't even know, you can rip a card from your opponent's hand if you banish all darks. If you banish all lights, I believe you can special summon a monster, and if you banish both light and dark, you can pop some cards. So he's pretty standard in this type of deck, or he's pretty standard in any Lightsworn build, no matter what. So he's just pretty broken as it is. You only need, personally, I play 2 because I only own 2. If you actually guys have more than one, you could play 3 if I were you guys, because this is pretty, you really need them in the deck. For the Lightsworn engine, it's not really as big as I used to make my Lightsworn engines. I play 2 Raidens, triple Wulf, and the 1 Felis. I was working on the ratios of trying to balance out the Lightsworns here and there. I feel that this side of the Lightsworns work pretty well. Those of you probably all know I only like playing 2 Raidens. 3 is just overbearing, in my personal opinion. Drawing him is always good, but drawing multiples of him in the hand is just terrible. Triple Wulf, by far the best Lightsworn. Sucks to see it in your hand, but it's amazing to have it on the board. So it's literally the best Lightsworn in my personal opinion. And then you got Felis. I usually send Felis off of Curious, or I'll end up milling Felis off of Minerva somehow. So it's pretty broken as it is. These are pretty much all the Lightsworns you really need. In my personal opinion, you pretty much probably won't even run more than these. If you guys want to run more Lightsworns, I'm not going to stop you. You guys can try it out. You guys can pin me down on your own deck lists down below. I'll be more happy to comment down below and check them out. That's it for all the Lightsworns. It's pretty small of a Lightsworn engine. A lot of you guys probably are questioning why am I running small of a Lightsworn engine. Like I said, it's like the Lightsworn engine is just there to give you more of a boost to get stuff in the graveyard faster. That's basically all it is. I do play a small danger package in the deck. So I play Double Danger Mothman, Double Danger Jackalope, Double Danger Nessie. This is a pretty big but small danger engine. Double Danger ThunderBird, and then the 1 Danger BigFoot. Now, the reason why I play Double Danger Mothman instead of 3, Mothman, it's good to use his effect to discard. It's good as effect to help you recycle your hand. Jacklope standard, just allows you to special summon, a danger from your deck. Nessie's standard, just to add a danger to your hand. Danger ThunderBird, I realize a lot more back row is going to be a problem, so Danger ThunderBird could be very handy. And Danger BigFoot is because I need more level 8s with the Chaos Dragon Levianeer, as well as Danger ThunderBird and BigFoot. They all are level 8s, so they all give me an additional boost for an extra deck monster I play now. So these are all very standards, and they can all help me out in certain ratios. The reason why I'm not playing the Snake is because most often I don't want to... Really, I just want to use Allure of Darkness a lot. So a lot of the dangers I have here, I'm okay of banishing them just to get more effects. Even with the Thunder engine, I'm okay using Allure to banish them. I just don't like triple of certain dangers, and I don't like the snake because once it's discarded, you could special summon itself back on the board. Sometimes I don't really need that. I need more level 4s. So like Mothman was very, very always useful on that. It's a little weird ratio, and I always saw the snake more than anything, and I always see double of it, and it just made no sense to play more than one. So that's it for like the dangers. I think the danger lineup is pretty standard. I might end up changing it here and there depending on what I draw and things of that nature throughout. But for the Thunder engine, which is everyone's always questioning, why did I put this in the deck? I played triple Thunder Dragon. He's standard. You have to play 3 no matter what. It doesn't matter what kind of engine you're playing. If it's big, small, huge, and stuff like that. Double Thunder DragonRoar. Thunder DragonRoar. Double Thunder DragonHawk. 1 Thunder Dragon, I forgot what his name. DragonDark. And then 1 Thunder Dragon, I actually don't know how to pronounce this guy's name right. DragonDUO? I think that's how you pronounce him. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below. But I played this engine. The reason why I only play 1 DragonDark is because I don't really like its effect that much, and most often you don't really use its effect. You mainly abuse Thunder DragonRoar. If I had my little standard, I'll probably end up taking out, I probably wouldn't even take out anything, actually. The Thunder Dragons are pretty good. You only use them just to help you get more monsters on board as quickly as possible. Use Thunder DragonHawk a lot. They help you chain block with Sayujas. So most often you'll probably end up banishing one of the Thunder Dragon lures off of Allure of Darkness, and then you use its effect to special summon DragonHawk, and that's your first special summon monster on the board. So if your opponent has no way of stopping that, you know you can continue out with your plays. But you might want to watch out for Nibiru. Nibiru is a still hard card to hurt you here. If I had Appaloosa, I would be playing Appaloosa. But since I don't have Appaloosa, I have to watch out when I'm playing this deck. Because sometimes this deck does summon more than 4 times per turn. And when you get to the last summon, it's kind of hard to continue when you get hit by Nibiru. But if you guys have Appaloosa, I would recommend you guys play that card. It would be very helpful to help you out with your plays. But overall, the Thunder Dragon engine is pretty good. Hawk allows you to recycle your hands. Roar allows you to special summon Thunder Dragon from anywhere, or mainly from your deck. I meant DragonDark allows you to, I believe, add a Thunder Dragon card. This is basically a free summon. Is usually what I use it for, and it's level 8, so it gives you even more additional boost to go off with the extra deck monster I play. And then Thunder Dragon is Thunder Dragon. So this is a pretty standard Thunder Dragon lineup, in my personal opinion. I never want to max out the Thunder Dragons because they can be overbearing, so overclogging. That's it for the Thunder Dragon engine. Now for the other engines of the deck, I do not play the Plant engine, the Brilliant Fusion engine for the deck, because most often you're running more of the dangers, so discarding the Lone Fire Blossom and making it where you can't even go off with the Plant engine is kind of hard. So I figured might as well not play it. So I played a couple different engines in the deck. I play Triple Destiny Hero Malicious. He's pretty much self-explanatory. He's at 3, so why not play him? He's basically just an additional boost for the deck. Allows you to turbo off a lot more, which is pretty good. Plus, discarding him with a danger to get the danger's effect to special summon and draw is pretty good too. I play a new guy in the deck. I play Double Chaos Betrayer. Now, what he does is you banish a light in the dark from your graveyard to special summon him. And you can either, you gotta banish a light in the dark from your graveyard. You don't even have to do it from your hand, which is pretty good. He's not like your own fashionable Black Ghost of Soldier on the beginning, your like Pulsar, your Dark Flare. He's not that standard. He's like the one guy, if you get him in the graveyard, great. If you have a light in the dark in your graveyard, even better. Banish him to special summon, and then you can use his effect. If you're going second, you can use his effect to get rid of one of your opponent's cards from their graveyard. So it's just a way to go off. And I just love them. I've seen a previous video which they played one of them. I got my hands on a playset, but I feel 2 is just a perfect ratio because most often you don't really want to see him in the graveyard as fast as possible. And plus, these are hard once per turn, so you can't pull off his effect multiple times. I do still play the Clown Engine, double damage Juggler, double Hat Tricker, and then 1 Trick Clown. Now, the reason why I play double Hat Trickers and damage Juggler is because you're most often going to discard them off the dangers. Sometimes the Hat Tricker does get discarded off the danger, which is self-explanatory. Trick Clown's amazing even when it gets discarded off the danger. It doesn't really matter. But these, I play 2 of each now because of that. So I think it would be a good idea just to do that. For the 1-ofs, I play the 1 Revival Golem. He's self-explanatory. Those of you who have been watching this channel, you guys should know what he does. If you guys don't know what he does, it's basically if he's milled, you can either add it to your hand or special summon him. So I usually special summon him. You do play the 1 Glow Up Ball, which is self-explanatory. Glow Up Ball, it's just basically that tuner that you need. That's it for the 1-of regular monsters. Now for the little small dragon lineup I play the 1 collapserpent, the 1 Wyverburster, 1 Supreme King DragonDark, DarkWurm, then the 1 Destrudo. The reason why I played this ratio is because it's self-explanatory. These 2 are at once, so these are just self-explanatory. Might as well play them, they're free summons. The reason why I play Supreme King, DarkWurm, and Destrudo, and I play Destrudo at 1, the reason why is because most often you only ever need a 1, and if your opponent negates it, well, you can go off with your combos now. I usually use Dragon Shrine or Foolish Burial just to send DarkWurm. Once DarkWurm hits the graveyard, my opponent has to think, am I playing Pendulums? Or am I playing, like, they have to figure out what I'm playing to stop me. And then Destrudo is just basically a free tuner, that just in case I need it, or a free monster just to get to the graveyard, special summon in and use it for link plays. So he's pretty, like, I use him just to bait out my opponents most often. For the spell cards, I play, for my Lightsworn spell cards, I play Triple Charge the Light Brigade and Double Solar Recharge. Throughout time, I've been like always switching up Solar Recharge a lot because most often Solar Recharge is pretty good if you're playing a heavy lineup of Lightsworns, and then Solar Recharge is not good if you're playing a small lineup of Lightsworns. So if you play 3 and you play a very small engine like I am of Lightsworns, you're more often not really going to pull off Solar Recharge as often. But if you play a bigger lineup, such as like probably playing 3 Lightsworn Raidens, 2 Luminas, 3 Wulfs, and a Felis, then I would probably boost up this to triple Solar Recharge. But for now, I feel that this is pretty good and pretty standard as it is. And you always play triple Charge Light Brigade until it gets hit. Charge Light Brigade shouldn't really get hit. It's not really, you know, meta worthy. Meta worthy of getting hit. For the rest of, like, for my other 3-of that I play in the deck, I play triple Allure of Darkness. This is standard because you play a lot of dangers. You play a lot of, basically almost your whole deck is 50 light and 50% dark. So, actually no, scratch that. 50% dark, 20% light, and, or no, 40% light, 10% different attributes. Sorry guys, but really you play a lot of darks in the deck, so Allure of Darkness can be pulled off. Plus, since you're playing the Thunder Dragon engine, it's more often going to go off. The Thunder Dragon engine just basically gives it more of a boost, and in my personal opinion, it's pretty nifty. It helps you out with more consistency ratios and things of that nature. It helps you get rid of those clog out hands. Most often, you'll probably banish the DarkWurm or some of the dangers, or maybe your Thunder Dragon engine. So Allure is pretty broken. If they hit this to 2, I see why, because Thunder Dragons are pretty busted as it is in this format. Sorry about this, guys. Give me a second. For the 2-of spell cards, I played double Dragon Shrine. Oh, I'm going to place it here. Double Dragon Shrine, double Instant Fusion. Now, I played these because I play Instant Fusion because I need a way to get me another level 4 monster on the board and change his attribute and go off. Literally, that's basically all Instant Fusion is there for. And then Dragon Shrine is just basically, like I said, send DarkWurm, Destrudo, basically any of those dragon monsters just to go off with the combos. For the 1-of spell cards, I play 1 gold Sarcophagus, 1 1-for-1, 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 World Legacy Sensation. The reason why I play World Legacy Sensation without the Guard Dragon engine is because it's pretty good as it is. Like, these two alone basically allows you to establish a board. You can link away your Colossus. Yes, I do play Thunder Dragon Colossus. You can link away Thunder Dragon Colossus and then use World Legacy Sensation or Monster Reborn to bring it right back. So it's pretty broken as it is. Foolish Barrel helps you get wherever you need to the graveyard. 1-for-1 is basically to help you get some of your monsters onto the board quicker. So, like, if you have Malicious or Revolve Golem or something like that in your hand and you need to get rid of it, you can send it to the graveyard and special summon Glow Ball and go off. Usually, most often, it's just another way to get a monster on board. And then Ghost Sarcophagus is just good for the Thunder Dragon engine. That's pretty much all that. And then that's it for all the spell cards. I do play the 1 trap card, which is Imperial Order. I won't stop playing this until the end. Imperial Order is very good against a lot of matchups and a lot of decks, so I just can't stop playing it. In my personal opinion, I do side deck 2 other continuous trap cards thanks to the help of some of my subscribers. They told me that they should be good substitutes just in case Imperial Order is not good against a lot of other decks. I can side them in and try them out against my other decks. That's it for the main deck. Let's go for the extra deck. For the extra deck, I do play a decent amount of rank 4s. So I do play for my first rank 4s Minerva. Minerva is self-explanatory. You do play Lightsworns. Any deck that plays a small amount, big amount, huge amount, or any deck that basically needs to get cards in the graveyard faster plays Minerva. Minerva is just another way to help you get more cards to the graveyard as fast as possible. I do play number 60. Number 60 is basically a way to help you draw more better cards and see what you can do. That's pretty much all I use it for, really. And then I play Abyss Dweller. Now, Abyss Dweller is a different story. Abyss Dweller, I was actually debating on playing Abyss Dweller or Dagger's Emerald. Whew. I feel Abyss Dweller is much more needed in today's format because a lot of decks, as you guys can see, my deck as well, plays more around the graveyard than anything. So this would be very, very useful against those. Anything that activates in the graveyard, you play Abyss Dweller and they just shut down because they can't go off. So I feel that these were pretty good level 4s. Or rank 4s, I mean. For my rank 8, I do play number 38, Hope Harbinger. This is the reason why I play Danger ThunderBird, Danger BigFoot, and the Thunder Dragon. That's level 8. They are all ways to help me get to this. This and another monster in my extra deck are basically spell haters. I play both of them just in case my opponent tries to find a way to get around me. Most often I'm debating on actually playing him, the other card in my extra deck, or F.A. Don Dragster, because most often F.A. Don Dragster could stop like Evenly Match and other trap cards, so I'm debating on either of these. But number 38, Hope Harbinger, is pretty good. It's another way to help me stop my opponent, and as soon as they start to play, just negate them and win. So this is just another way to do that. For my synchros, I play 1 Interior Beast, and then 1 Warlord Savage. These are both self-explanatory. Interior Beast is the other guy I'm tempted debating on switching out for F.A. Don Dragster. If you guys really want to play F.A. Don Dragster, you can. You could probably switch out Interior Beast for that, or you could probably switch out one of the links for it, or you could probably switch out number 38 if you really desperately want to play F.A. Don Dragster. But Warlord Savage and Interior Beast are pretty good synchro monsters. They're self-explanatory why I will always play this, as you guys can see from the playmat. Warlord Savage is busted. It's just too powerful. It's broken in my personal opinion, and the Interior Beast is just self-explanatory as well. I do play, for my fusions, I do play the 1 Colossus. I play it because of the Thunder Dragon engine. If you guys are probably going to ask, why don't I play 2? I feel that 1 Colossus is all you really need. As soon as you bring Colossus out on the board and you have a crap load of Thunder Dragon monsters in your graveyard, you basically have a way to stall off for a bit. Plus Colossus, once you have Colossus, Savage, and number 38 and Abyss Dweller all on the one board, your opponent just basically can't go off. They have to find a way to get rid of your stuff, and most often it's evenly matched, but Boiler Savage can stop that. That's why I'm debating on trying to get my hands on Appaloosa. If I can get my hands on Appaloosa, I can actually establish a really strong board with Appaloosa with all the other extract monsters I just named there. It's just Colossus is just too broken to play more of. I personally only ever need the one. I do play one Mud Dragon. Mud Dragon is self-explanatory because of the instant fusion. That's just pretty much self-explanatory. For the links, I do play 2 Link 2s. You got the Nightmare Phoenix and the Nightmare Cerberus. These are both self-explanatory. Cerberus just to get rid of the problematic monsters, and Phoenix to get rid of that problematic spell and traps. I mainly only use them for the arrows. Most often I'll probably end up using them for their effects depending on the matchup. Cerberus is because it points this way. Phoenix it points this way. So it depends on if you're in in this extra deck zone, or if you're in extra deck zone and you need like a monster to point here to go here, or you need a monster to point here to go here. So it's just debatable. It just depends on which extra deck zone you're in. This usually helps you out from there. I do play one Link 3, self-explanatory, is Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. She's self-explanatory, there's nothing else to talk about her. Everybody should know what she does. You do got the one Nightmare Griffin. I will try to fit Griffin in my extra decks as always. Basically allows me to set those continuous spells or traps that I really need on the board to continue off and stuff like that. So I like Griffin as it is. I do play the Mechanite Crusader Incromax. This is self-explanatory. This is broken. This should be in everyone's extra deck. If you can play it, play it. It's broken. It only requires 2 monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. So basically, like, if you have Minerva and Curious, you can link away those 2 just to summon him. It's pretty busted. I didn't even think of that at first until I realized link monsters. 2 monsters special summoned from the extra deck. So pretty much it's pretty... You can use any of your monsters as special from the extra deck to summon him, so I feel that it's always broken. If I could get my hand on IP Masquerena or Appaloosa, I'd probably play both of those, and then end up having 2 Link 2s here, and probably end up, or IP Masquerena, and another Link 2, link them away, summon out Mechanite Crusader, Incromax, and just hope. Let's see what my opponent can does. So, like, in my personal opinion, Mechanite Crusader, Incromax is just broken. Not to play. Then for the last 2 extra deck monsters, I'm tempted to cut one out, but for now I played the 2 Sayoja Skull Dreads. These are pretty self-explanatory. This helps you out with your consistency and everything. This helps you out with the turbo-ness. Sometimes you might end up drawing a bad hand and you need a way to clean it, and if your opponent negates the first one, you're more likely probably going to have more cards in your hand to go off for the second one. So in this deck, you're more often to go off those type of boards and everything. So I feel like 2 Sayoja is pretty good. For the side deck, which is a little bit of a hard time, I had a little bit debating time over certain cards in my side deck, so I couldn't really figure out anything like that. So I play, in my personal opinion, I play a small different side deck engine. So I play double DD Crow for my monsters, double Artifact Lancia, and my own self triple Nibiru. Now, I side deck Nibiru more than main deck. I've seen a lot of people main deck Nibiru more than anything. My personal opinion, I think Nibiru is really good. If you're a combo player like me, combos you really don't want dead cards in your hand like Nibiru, Lancia, DD Crow. You don't really want these cards in your hand because they could become dead cards in your hand. So, excuse me there. Like I said, you really don't want dead cards in your hand, so I prefer to side deck these cards more than main deck them. There's been times where I'm debating on main decking DD Crows and Nibiros, but for now I think side decking them is pretty good as it is. I use my Light Pulsar token just to help me out with Nibiru, so if my opponent doesn't have a token, I just use it for that. I think it's pretty cool as it is. My opponent doesn't even really realize that it is a Light Pulsar token until they notice. But I think 2 Artifact Lancias because you do banish a lot in here, and Artifact Lancia you could just always set your spell and trap card zone, so that way if your opponent think it's like a bluff, they can pop it and just go off, or you can discard it during your turn and just be like, hey, no. And DD Crow is pretty good as it is. I've been seeing a lot of side deck moment of DD Crow, because if you place it on the right moment or hit the right card at the right moment, you can win the game. So, in my personal opinion, I think 2 DD Crows and 2 Artifact Lancias are pretty good, but triple Nibiru, because in my personal opinion, I never see this card when I was side decking it at 2 at one point. So I just boosted up to 3, and I've been seeing it a lot more. I do play for my spell and trap card hate. I do play Cosmic Cyclones and Triple Twin Twisters. I play these. These are pretty busted. I'm debating on probably taking out 1 Twin Twister, probably putting another Cosmic Cyclone in, because Cosmic Cyclone's a little bit more better because your opponent can't really chain to it, because it's getting banished and they can't really do anything about it. Twin Twister, they can chain to it and go off or something like that. So I'm debating on probably taking out 1 Twin Twister and probably putting another Cosmic Cyclone in. But these are pretty good. They work. They hit the right card. If you hit the right cards at the right moment, you pretty much can get game. Like everything in this extra deck, or I mean side deck, you hit the right card at the right moment, you can basically get game. For the last 3 cards of my side deck, I do play There Can Only Be One and 1 Summon Limit. I play these because, like I said, Griffin, most often, the Imperial Order might not always get used. Imperial Order might not always get used, so you end up probably switching it out here and there, depending on which matchup you're going against. So if you're going against another deck that basically swarms a lot, you play Summon Limit. If you're going against a deck that basically just has 1 type and 1 attribute, you play There Can Only Be One. The reason why I will play There Can Only Be One, because most often you'll end up on boards like... I'll show you guys in just a second, once I clear it up a little bit. Let me show you. Like, you're most often going to end up with 1 Dragon, the Mechanite Crusader Anchromax, the Fiend, Colossus, Savage, something around this range. You're more likely going to end up with all these different types of monsters on your boards. So, most often, like, if you hit with Savage and Sayuja's not there anymore, you're probably going to have Crusader Anchromax here, Colossus here, Savage there, and then you're probably going to end up with the Tier Beast, just in case you do have There Can Only Be One there. It's just, this is like a board you're always going to end up with. So you're always going to end up with a lot of different monsters on your extra deck, like on your board, on your main board. You're more likely going to end up with a lot of different monsters. So I feel that There Can Only Be One is really good. And the reason why I play also Summon Limit is because sometimes you end up going against another Swarm deck, and Summon Limit would be really, really good against that deck. Because once you flip Summon Limit on their second summon, they can't summon no more. That's it. And most decks, they need a swarm a lot just to get off the combos. So, like Orcus, you play Summon Limit. As soon as they hit the first Gaute, it's over. They can't summon no more. And they have to find a way to get rid of Summon Limit. So, usually, like in my personal opinion, I think Summon Limit is being less used in today's format. And I think Summon Limit would be really, really good against a lot of decks. And There Can Only Be One's pretty good against every deck, no matter what it is. So, yeah. And then I play 1 extra deck monster. I side deck 1 extra deck monster. I'm debating on probably trying to figure out room to main deck it. But I side deck it. I side deck the Blacklisted Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. He's OP. In my personal opinion, Mechanite Crusader Anchromax and him, both on the same board, is broken. It's just, there's no words. I don't have any words for him. I am glad my friend traded this off to me a while back before it reached up to this high point. If you guys can't get your hands on this, I would probably run Nightmare Unicorn or probably some other Link 3 that basically help you out. You got the Crusader, forgot what it was named. Crusader Quenex or something like that. Quenex, I would probably run him too. You do got Trigate Wizard, you could probably play over him, because Trigate gets you the extra arrow, so you can link away with it and stuff like that. So, like, in my personal opinion, if you guys can't get your hands on this, I would probably play those. It's just Blacklisted Soldier is pretty busted as it is, and it's just, it's too broken not to play. Now, most often, like I said, you're probably gonna, if you're gonna play with there can only be one on your certain board, you're more likely gonna end up with a lot of different extra deck monsters on the board. So it's pretty good. I like the deck as it is. I probably end up switching a few extra deck monsters, like I said beforehand, around. Just maybe switch out a few here and there. Uh, but like I said, in my personal opinion, this deck is pretty consistent. Um, you will end up with a lot of bricky hands if you're going to take this to like a bigger event and stuff like that. But this deck is pretty good. The boards is amazing, and you can establish really, really good boards if you play this deck right. In my personal opinion, this is pretty busted. I will be trying to tweak it here and there, so I might end up figuring out some more extra deck monsters to probably play, or I might end up tweaking the Lightsworn engine a little bit, maybe boost up the Lightsworns a little bit more. Tempted on using the level 3 Baby Minerva, because it helps me get another monster in the graveyard, it helps me get another card in the graveyard faster. I'm also kind of excited for this ban list. I'm actually hoping that our God card comes off the ban list. Those of you that probably don't even know, when I was playing 60 cards way back in the day, please come back. I still play 60 cards because of the my favorite card that was hit. But overall, this deck is consistent. You could play this off with a lot of different engines. I hope you guys do enjoy this. And let me know down in the comments below if you guys like this video. If you guys are interested in the deck list and everything, I will have that down uh, comment section down below as well. So overall, and I was also going to be end up trying to upload a Sky Striker deck profile and a Shadol Dinosaur deck profile. I'll be trying to upload those in the next following week or so. I'll probably upload both videos next week. So overall, I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and like always, Dragon Rockstar is signing out. Peace.